Hello everyone and welcome to Friday Football Fever. Can you believe we've hit week 5 of the high school football regular season? These games are getting more and more important, but tonight I feel like I probably should have been wearing a raincoat and galoshes. It was terrible out there tonight. We start as always with our USF Sarasota Manatee game of the week. Charlotte at Lakewood Ranch, supposed to be a non-district but very important game. Both teams coming off a loss, but yeah. Unfortunately, rain and lightning and multiple delays in this one mean a complete cancellation. This one will not be played Saturday. It will not be made up. How about undefeated Cardinal Mooney, hoping to stay that way, but a tough game at a good Tampa Catholic. These shots via helicopter tonight up in Tampa. Eagle 8. Just miserable there. Meanwhile, Crusaders quarterback Tyler Sims gets crushed here by the Cougars defense on 4th down. And then Tampa Catholic in punt formation, but Austin Speck runs the fake, and he gets a 1st down there. The view from above, Crusaders wide up, punting later in the drive. Cougars on offense, Jazz Monaghan, tough yards up the middle there. He's a great player, and we've given away the score, but we will continue with the highlights. 3rd down here, Reese Vita can't hit his man. Sean Morris Jr., Tampa Catholic goes on to win this ball game 20-7. How about Northport? Hosted a 3-0 and very tough DeSoto County Bulldog team tonight. This game started more than 2 hours late. Most up-to-date score we have for you is DeSoto leading 28-7 at the half. All right, we will huddle up for now, but still to come, got to show you SNN Super 6 poll, #1 ranked Venice. We actually have highlights from that game, plus Manatee, IMG Academy, and more. You're watching Friday Football Fever. All right, welcome back. Let's just jump right back into the action. Undefeated SNN Super 6, #1 ranked Venice hosted a very strong Miami Mater Academy charter. The cheerleaders brave the rain on this one. First quarter, Langston Provitt, probably the most versatile all-around player on the area, gets a 1st down there, and Indians would punch it in with who else? Provitt up the middle. He can't be stopped. That's a touchdown. Made it 7-0 Venice at that point. Indians in control of this one using their ground game early. Still in the first quarter, Zach Moss from Mater Academy up the left side through the puddles, and he's finally dragged down there. That's an 11-yard gain. Still in the first. More from Moss, but look at the Indians swarming to the football on defense. A big stop behind the line of scrimmage. Second quarter now, Trey Fowler fumbles. Venice all over it again. Indians were strong on this night. Venice hangs on to win this ball game 14-7, stay undefeated. Lemon Bay hosted Fort Myers Dunbar. This one was stuck in a rain and lightning delay of more than an hour, so unfortunately we had to take off and go to the next game. Good night for the Manta Rays, though. They go on to win a shutout, 19-0. Braden River at Booker was proactively canceled this afternoon due to all the forecasted rain. They will make this game up at a later time, possibly. Meanwhile, Manatee at Southeast used to be a huge game, 2 legendary programs, so even though this isn't a district game, you can understand why they are going to play on Saturday. Rain and lightning forced it to be postponed. This will be an 11 a.m. start on Saturday morning. And heavy rain and lightning at Bayshore meant that this game was postponed. They called it around 8 p.m. Palmetto was set to come back and play Bayshore at 10:30 a.m. on Saturday morning, but then they rethought that one. They decided to just cancel it completely. Back to some highlights. Port Charlotte hosted Lehigh after a long delay and a rainy night down south. First quarter, Pirates already up 7. Robert Clay hit by Taylor Severson for a loss there. Still in the first, Pirates on offense. Look at the misdirection here, and Brennan Norris, he's on the run up the sideline inside the 10-yard line. Later in the drive, Norris is going to get the ball and punch it on in for the touchdown. Yeah, he's got reservations for 6. 14-0 Port Charlotte at that point. First quarter still, more solid Pirates D. Grady Wells crushes Henry Shackelford. That's a suplex move, WWF style, for a loss. Second quarter, Christian Coffoletto launches to Paulson hitter, 51-yard touchdown in the rain. How about that? 21-0 Port Charlotte at that point. Pirates win in a shutout, a huge win, 49-0. Wow. IMG Academy played its third out-of-state team tonight, hosting New Jersey St. Peter's Prep. This one had an hour-plus lightning delay, so we had to move on. This game actually got underway. They really wanted to play. The Marauders flew down from New Jersey. Latest score we have, IMG leading 19-14 in the third quarter. St. Stephen's hosted Windermere Prep. Falcons waited almost 2 hours to start this game because the Lakers, they're not going to drive back to Bradenton on Saturday. Falcons took their first loss of the season after it started 49-12. All right, we will hit the locker room for a break, but still to come, we'll talk about the games with our friend Doug Miles. You're watching Friday Football Fever. All right, we welcome in Doug Miles from Southwest Florida High School Game of the Week broadcasts. He calls Game of the Week every week in an internet stream. You can find it at ustream.com or dougmilesmedia.com. Doug,
except for tonight.
I'm tired of these rainy nights. They ruin your radio broadcasts. There's no highlights for us.
We're all set to do the Braden River at Booker game tonight. Looking forward to that.
Yep.
But like you said, it was a proactive cancel around 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
We heard that game was not going to be played.
I just feel for these kids. They don't get to put, they wait all week for this. There's only so many games, 10 games in a year, and then one of them gets blown out.
Too, that's got to be tough. A
Really
couple of them will be made up, but that one probably won't be.
Venice did get underway. They played Mater Academy, a Hialeah team from Miami, a tough team, and Venice, they grounded out a pretty solid win tonight, 14-7. Let's look at the highlights. Langston Provid got a touchdown early on in this game, but a win is a win. They remain undefeated.
Yeah, we call Langston Provid's name every week on the highlight show here. I think John Peacock, you got to give him a lot of credit keeping his team focused. Tough conditions tonight. They remain undefeated and staying high in the polls, too.
It's hard when it rains and you have to change your whole game plan, isn't it?
You do. Yeah, now they have a good balanced attack with the running and passing, but I know tonight they had to alter, I think they had a shorter halftime, too, just to get the game in and the muddy conditions.
Do what it takes.
Do what it takes.
Get it done. Meanwhile, Port Charlotte taking on Lehigh, and I know Lehigh's not that strong, but man, Port Charlotte getting a blowout, 42-0 win, and they even threw the ball in the rain.
Yeah, 2 dominant wins for Port Charlotte back-to-back last week against Lely and Naples, and now another 42 points tonight, 34 last week, so they got it going.
Port Charlotte's a strong team. Both of those teams down south are pretty solid. Meanwhile, Cardinal Mooney gets its first loss of the season tonight. Tampa Catholic's really tough. They went up there in the rain, and Cardinal Mooney takes its first loss of the night. Kind of hard when Reese Vita can't throw the ball like he wants to.
Yeah, they are built on that type of offense. And Josh Smithers' first loss of the year after going 4-0, but they always have a tough time against Tampa Catholic.
Kind of a bummer, I think, that Manatee didn't get to play Southeast. These are two of the most storied programs in our area, and I know Southeast is down this year, but they would have wanted to play tonight.
And it kind of unique too. First year without Meckley and
Joe
Canan. You got 2 Johns, Booth and Warren, that would have met up. Would have been interesting to see. I
Would have
think
been
Southeast much smaller school now, but the fans still want to see that matchup.
Yeah, kind of a shame that they won't do that. They'll make that up on Saturday. Meanwhile, that'll do it for us from a soggy Friday night. I hope you had enjoyed watching Friday Football Fever. Have a great weekend, everyone.